to Foundation Focus. I'm Tom Jones with the St Lucie Education Foundation. And in this segment, we're going to talk about our grant program. And we're also going to talk about the winners for the 2015 Teacher and School Grants. Offering grants is really our single largest program of the year. And the purpose of the foundation is to further the K through 12 learning experience, and mostly through grants. I have to mention that our grant program would not be possible if it weren't for the state matching grant program. And our thanks go out to our state legislators. Joining me today is Kerry Padrick, the Chief Communications Officer for St Lucie Public Schools. Welcome, Kerry.
Hi, thank you for having me.
I'm glad you're here. And coming back for another appearance is Emily McNutt, our Program Manager at the Education Foundation. Welcome, Emily.
Thank you.
Kerry has been a great supporter of the foundation over the years, and I just wanted to thank you for your help in many, many ways. So thank you very much, Kerry. Emily is on our staff, and Emily, I just wanted to start the program by asking if you could tell the audience how the grant program works, and then also your role as the program manager.
Okay. Usually in the fall, we ask the teachers to apply for grants after a long year of fundraising and raising dollars for that state matching grant program that you mentioned. Once the teachers submit their applications, we compile a committee which is comprised of both foundation personnel and district personnel, and we review the applications. The hope is that by bringing together, we're not only strengthening our relationship with St. Lucie Public Schools, but we're also ensuring that all standards are being met within the school district.
That's very good. So it's a rather lengthy process, right? It starts in the late summer and it ends just today, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So there's been a lot of hard work in the last several weeks, and it's now coming to an end. So thank you very much. Kerry, as a representative of the school district, from your standpoint, what are the most critical issues facing the school district in furthering K through 12 public education?
Well, certainly our mission is to make sure that we prepare students to be college and career ready. We want to make sure that we equip them with the knowledge, skills, and the desire to succeed. And in so doing, as educators, we are charged with making sure that our students are proficient with a prescribed set of standards that the state has. And we call those Florida standards. They are very rigorous, and they are standards that help promote critical thinking, analytical skills, support communication skills. So the real focus on academic core areas, as well as some of the, quote, soft skills that we know that are imperative for the world of work. Make sure that children know how to collaborate and communicate and think outside the box. So, grant writers come to you with really focused, passionate ideas, and I know each year it's a struggle to pour through the grants because they're also well done and really discern what we can and cannot fund. So as you have mentioned, there's a committee that works on this, and you talked about the standards being addressed, and that's one of the key elements that we focus on in education, is making sure that we are teaching to the needs of every single child, so that he or she can become proficient with the standards that we know are necessary in order for them to be vibrant, productive citizens.
That's terrific. Some of the areas that we concentrate on, because our program is part of the matching grant program, and that actually specifies the areas that we have to focus on, and they're just matched very closely to what you had just spoken about. We targeted helping, of course, with the raising the graduation rates. So that's very important for us. We also work on taking low-performing students and helping them move up. We also work on reading skills, so literacy is a big program. We also focus on STEM, and STEM is very important: science, technology, engineering, and math, and of course the technical and the side of learning. And then also at the end, we also help with teaching quality. So we have those metrics that we work with. And it's nice to see that the metrics that we're working with aligns very closely with the school district's areas also.
Yeah, that's so true what you said, making sure everything aligns, because we want everything to be functioning well within the system. And you mentioned quality teaching and learning, safe and caring schools, making sure that our teachers and our support staff have opportunities for ongoing talent development. And then, of course, there's a fourth pillar that we really focus on, and that is making sure that we are communicating, providing positive customer service, and collaborating with the community. And those elements are key elements that we look for as we're looking at grants and making sure that we're meeting the challenges of education today.
That's terrific. It's really great. We also, as we go through the grant process, we kind of boil it down a little bit finer also, because I think every year we get something in the order of 50, 60, 70 grants every year. So we have a process that we place them in slightly different categories also. But Emily, maybe you can speak a little bit about the categories that we look at.
Okay, so the teachers, administrators, and district personnel, they apply for grants in 4 categories: classroom, school-wide, district-wide, and what we call our Catherine Basile grant, which is targeted towards the age 3 to grade 3. And then we break it down even further. In each part of those categories, they have to be part of those programmatic areas you talked about: the literacy, low-performing, STEM, quality instruction framework, and graduation rates, increasing graduation rates, and the career and technical education. And then we boil it down even farther down, and we work with our focus areas, our subjects. As a foundation, we try and focus and provide support for a variety of different subject areas: arts and music, science, exceptional and special education, reading, social studies, you name it. We're trying to make sure that we're not just funding one subject, we're trying to make sure that we're funding them all.
So actually what happens is, and this is more of a question, is that the teacher might have a need, and the need is not filled by the normal school budget. So the teacher would work with the principal, and they would write a grant, which is really an application asking for funding, and that application would come to the foundation, and then of course we have some work to do when we categorize it in a certain way, and then we form this committee, and the committee comes together, and we take a look at that, and then we vote on it, correct?
Correct. It's a group process. We all trying to make sure that everyone's getting as much money as possible. We try and find ways to revise the budgets that the teachers include in their applications to ensure that maybe there's ways that the foundation can help in decreasing some of those dollars to ensure that maybe we can give it to another deserving project or program that teachers are trying to bring into the classroom.
That's terrific. One of the challenges is that the need is always greater than the funding. So the foundation is busy throughout the year trying to raise money, mostly through the private sector. Then we look to the state match, and we create this pool of funds, and then we create this process. I was talking to a friend of mine several weeks ago about my new job here. I still say it's new because I've been here for 4 months. I guess in a couple of months I can't say that anymore. But I was telling him about what we actually do. He said, "Oh, I know all about you guys. You've been around for many years, and you're a terrific organization." So I just started explaining to him about the grant program. And he said, "Oh, grants?" He goes, I thought you just did scholarships. I said, "No, actually, grants is the largest part of our effort every year. It's the largest single line item in our budget, but it's also the one that really aligns with our mission and works hand in glove with the school district." And when I was done explaining this to him, he said, "You've got to tell people that. You've got to explain to everyone about the grant program." And that was really the reason for bringing this program here today. And actually, the idea that we all had as we were going through the grants is, wouldn't it be great if we used the program to actually tell everyone about the grants? So with that in mind, Kerry, you have the list. We'll do a drum roll, and if you would like to, we'll just start telling everyone about the grant winners.
Sure, and this will be the highlight of my day. And I just want to share with you one more time how much we do appreciate the work of the Education Foundation, because dollars always fall short of need, and this is a tremendous way to really help support our students and our teachers in the classroom. So without further ado,
okay,
let's move down. I'll share the school or the department, and then I'll share who the applicant is and what the grant title was. And then the applicants will receive more information from you all as well.
Correct.
Okay, so first on the list, and big thank you to the Ed Foundation is from Morningside Elementary, Molly Makhamadov with a Reading Counts grant. From Rivers Edge Elementary, we have Gregory Steets with Wrap It Up. We have Fort Pierce Central High School's Heather Blackman Gordon, who wrote for the Empty Bowls campaign, and she was funded. Treasure Coast High School has 3 grants that were funded, one from Lanicia Robinson, Crime Scene Investigation, one from Jennifer Kincaid, Fostering Success Through Functional Skills for Students with Autism, and Rebecca Loop with ASSIST, which stands for Aging Simulation Sensitivity Training. White City Elementary's Cheryl Bushler has Retell Me a Story, and I believe that is an early literacy grant. Another one from Fort Pierce Central High School, Stacy Summer, First Generation Program, and I believe that one is one that has grown over several years and has been very, very productive for students. St. Lucie West Centennial High School's Heather Herbst with Operation Graduation. I think we're hearing those graduation tunes ring through here. Treasure Coast High School's Guidance Department from Kaylee Kelly, See It to Achieve It College Guidance Grant was funded. Mariposa Elementary's Literacy Department, Jennifer Scipiani was the grant writer for this, and they were funded for their Quick Reads grant. Forest Grove Middle School's Colleen Wilson wrote a grant for Science Matters at Forest Grove Middle, and that was funded. I'm hearing STEM in here as well. Chester A. Moore's Andrea Williams wrote Strategies for Teaching Students in Poverty. Lincoln Park Academy with Bluebird Educational Foundation, written by Sonny Booker and Jason Albert, wrote the Sammy Figueroa Masterclass at LPA grant. And Allapattah Flats K-8, we had a couple of grant writers, Georgia Carey and Michelle Alicia Barrow, wrote Oh, the Places You'll Go, school theme, and a visit to FAU, preparing our students with that vision for college. White City Elementary has a grant written by Lauren Castaldo for Science in Elementary. We have a few more to go. Lawnwood Elementary's Ashley Parker wrote a grant for Saturday Academy, extending the school learning time. Francis K. Sweet Elementary School's Nardi Roughton was funded for her grant entitled Parent Enjoying Evenings of Reading, and that's peer reading, P-E-E-R, Parent Enjoying Evenings of Reading. Mosaic Digital Academy, Carrie Carr wrote for Science Lab Safety Materials. And Treasure Coast High School, Myrna Belgrave's Operation Industry Certification, Public Service Academy. Northport K-8, Sherry Madurma, Increasing Mathematical Fluency with Games. Fairlawn Elementary's Aria Justo, 2016 Conference for Florida Kindergarten Teachers. There we hear the talent development for all. Lawnwood Elementary, Teresa Brandefinio, Involvement is the key to intellectual development. Teaching and Learning Department. Now we're getting into some departments that impact the district on a whole. Teaching and Learning, we have Cassandra Dillard and Karen Crosby from our early learning team. They are seeking support and received it for the Kaleidoscope of Movement Teaching Standards Through Movement conference that takes place annually in St. Lucie, and I know Education Foundation has been a tremendous supporter in that over the years. Thank you. Music in Our Schools concert, again, district-wide, written by Mr. Jim LeBon, and that is to support the Music in Our Schools concert that we hold annually. We have Career and Technical Education from Ms. Dana Caputo, Culinary Showcase, and that is something that many, many students participate in. Again, from our Teaching and Learning Department, working with our History Fair, Ms. Kate Ems wrote a grant, and she is going to receive support for our 2016 Florida State History Fair. St. Lucie is always represented very well at the local, regional, and state level. Teaching and Learning again, Mr. Paul Reef received funds for the grant entitled 28th Annual St. Lucie County Regional Science and Engineering Fair. Again, lots of students, and we end up sending students on to international each
We do
year.
every year. It's
and
terrific.
they come back champions. It's tremendous what our children are doing. And the final grant, written by Paul Reef from the Teaching and Learning Department, Middle School's Drone Program, moving into that high-tech world. So thank you from the to the Education Foundation on behalf of all of these winners. I am sure they are clapping and jumping up and down right now.
Well, thank you so much, Kerry. As you were reading through that, I think I counted 29 awards, and we looked at a larger number, but actually we weren't able. We were very lucky. We didn't have to cut many. We had to change some of the dollar values and all, but that's a very meaningful number. And next year, our goal is to grow it again. So thank you very much. As I was reading through the grants for the first time, some themes just bubbled out, and it's just terrific. For instance, STEM, science, and you see different schools all looking for funding for science fairs, and then you see there were grants for like high tech type of iPads, I guess you would call them iPads, and then also books. Okay, so it's all over the place. I was reading one grant, and the teacher wrote that these are books that she wanted to purchase that would stay in the classroom for years, and that sort of touched my heart, that these books would last for many, many years and be at the school for future students. So it just goes on and on and on. So thank you very much. Emily, you have any thoughts on the process? Because I think it's your second round, right? It's your second time?
Yes, this is the second time I've been involved in the grant program, and each year it's very difficult. The foundation, our goal is every year to not have to cut anyone from the funded grant list. So each year we're working hard to raise those dollars and find new business partners throughout the community to ensure that there will come a point when we will never have to do that. And we thank the community for their continued support in that program.
Well, thank you to both of you. Now, as we shift gears a little bit, we're looking forward to the rest of the program. Of course, we're known for grants, but we also do a lot of scholarships. And I know Emily, on her left hand, has been doing a lot of work with the scholarship program. So very soon we're going to update our website, and we'll open it up to the scholarship program. And that's the actual second portion of what the foundation does on a regular basis.
Absolutely. If people like us on Facebook or keep up to date on our website, you can find us on Facebook at St Lucie Education Foundation. We'll post when our scholarship guide is live and ready to go, and hopefully we'll get a lot of applicants, as we always do.
And working in partnership with you, St. Lucie Public Schools will help share that information. We have a hot link on our homepage to the Education Foundation as well. Tremendous partnership there, so thank you.
Well, that's good, thank you. Just a couple of other things that are coming up. On February 20th, early next year, we're going to be part of the Night of the Stars, which is a terrific venue over at Lincoln Park Academy. I was just over there last week doing a tour, and a lot of people are working very hard on this signature event. Emily, can you give us any background on Night of the Stars?
Night of the Stars is a wonderful partnership between St. Lucie Public Schools and the foundation. The main idea of this event is to recognize the wonderful educators and staff that St. Lucie Public Schools has. It's a very prestigious event, and we recognize 4 categories: Outstanding First Year Teacher, Distinguished Minority Educator of the Year, School-Related Employee of the Year, and the Teacher of the Year. And everyone is very, very honored and usually shocked when they're chosen by their schools and voted by their colleagues to be the recipient of that honor at the school level. They're recognized at the Night of the Stars, and then 2 of the awardees, the Teacher of the Year and the School-Related Employee of the Year, go on to the state competition for that.
Kerry, this process is ongoing right now because at the district level, there are nominations taking place. Is that correct?
That is correct,
Yeah.
yes. And several individuals from the district office as well as the schools will be recognized for their efforts. We are starting to see those come in right now as the deadline is approaching, and we try to publish those informational pieces, as they're presented through Facebook and on our homepage, just to keep people aware, because it's always nice to celebrate. Celebration is a huge part of our learning and our growing, and we want to show everyone that we are moving in the right direction with the quality staff that we have.
Well, that's great. Thank you. I heard that over 700 people come to the Night of the Stars. And one of my goals is to reach out to the private sector and to raise money. So I'm back on the phone, and I'm back doing email, asking the private sector to help us out. I'm really pleased to say that at this very early stage, we have already matched the sponsorship level of last year. So it's really terrific. And so we're looking forward to a great program in 2016. So thank you very much for listening, and next month we're going to be digging down a little bit deeper into the grant program, and we're going to highlight very, very specific grants, so the audience could have a real sense as to the learning experience that's taking place. So thank you very much.